Hello, David in Australia. Good morning. You're set to go on your show, so have a good one.
Good morning from Australia. It's raining here and all the rain is coming out. It's quite crazy when the rain comes out. It's like a different energy, clearing, and I like the sound of rain on the roof. It's a peaceful sound for me, and it's like a melody. It plays a melody, and I find I like to sleep with that. So it's rather lovely. It seems to be intermittent on and off. And welcome to the show. And I see Kim already bright and early. Welcome, Kim. It's just past 8 a.m. here in Australia on a Wednesday for a lot of you tuning in, and maybe Tuesday. And I'll have a short discussion, and then we'll do some meditation and some reading. So let me know if you're online. Please share the show if you do find it. That would be much appreciated. And we'll also do some reading. So let me know if you want a reading. And Stu, welcome from Florida. Stu is always a regular, so we appreciate you, Stu, and great to see you as always. And what's happening with you? How's your week going? What's on your mind? What's in your heart? What is in your life that's challenging you? Because I know so many changes. We live in these interesting times, and things are very dynamic. It's a very dynamic energy right now, which is quite exciting. I have my tea. And Paula, thanks for sharing. It's 5 p.m. I think you're in California, but I can't remember. And your granddaughter. So sending love and praise to Paula's granddaughter, who's been having issues with her kidneys and having surgery. So, and wonderful you could be there for her, Paula. So that's also special. And these special connections that we have through hardship, through difficulty, through suffering, these special connections we have with friends and family, and it makes life meaningful. And welcome to Carlos Sands. Who have you been there for? Who has been there for you? I think I mentioned before, I was in hospital in Vietnam, and I had it was just this sort of time when I was really quite alone and didn't really know, in a foreign country, didn't know anyone. And there was someone who I happened to have met and who came to visit me. I met her in Africa, and she came to visit me a couple of times, and it was very special having a friend to visit. And Sagil, welcome. Great to see you, Sagil. It was great to see someone coming back and coming to visit me, coming back into my life and in the hospital. So sometimes we're there for people, and it may not be even our close family. It may be someone that you know, that you visit, and it really touches them and really helps them and gives them support. You never know what impact that has, how much people appreciate that and need that. So you can be another person's angel, and you can even do that anonymously. Sometimes just put a flower on their doorstep, or do something nice for another person. Pay it forward. I know some people, they buy a coffee for the next person or something like that, something where it's anonymous and it's just really sweet. And Sagil, do you see me going to San Antonio? That's awesome that you have your picture, because I feel it's more a person behind the screen. So I really appreciate that. So we'll do some readings later on, and I'll see what cards you have. And I was speaking to Kim Lanza, who came first on the show. So she is meant to be in our show today. This is Destiny. And we were talking about free will and destiny and free will. And I thought it would be an interesting topic to explore. So thank you for Kim for your comments, because I was responding to what you were saying, and some things you said were fantastic. So thank you to Kim Lanza. And we'll get back to your question, Sagil. Let's move on to a little bit of exploration of this concept of destiny and free will. What impact do we have on our lives? What impact can we have on our lives? And how has this affected you? How have you experienced this topic of changing your life, for instance? And Kim has written in the comments there, I make magic happen. I adjusted my work schedule. So, and that's a beautiful segue into this topic. It really highlights how we are sort of massaging our life. We always have some input. Life is not happening to us. We are an active participant. And Kim is making magic happening. She's adjusting things around, moving things around to facilitate this possibility. So welcome to Tina Bunga Brady. I like that name. It sounds kind of a fusion of cultures. I think Bunga sounds European, and Brady sounds pretty American, a pretty American sounding name. And welcome to Tina. So how have you created your life? How have you created possibilities for yourself? How have you manifested in your life? It's one thing people have an idea in their mind is I can manifest anything I want, which is it's a great idea to have. And I always think reach for the stars. You never know where you can reach if you don't reach into the stars. And here we're all about stardust. We're all about reaching for the stars. Catherine, welcome from Missouri, and Tina, Pennsylvania. Wonderful. We all over the world, all over the globe. So the reality is, the truth is that reaching for the stars, you may get to the moon, you may get to wherever you get, you are going to get much further than not reaching for anything. The idea of we can create anything is not actually true. Let's be realistic. We can create a lot, and certainly some people have the ability to create almost anything with the right amount of money and influence. You can do extraordinary things in the world. Some people have a lot of so-called power. They are powerful people who can influence, who have the money and resources to affect reality, to change reality at their will. The majority don't have that much influence and power. So if you're watching this show, you have certainly abilities to reach for the stars, and certain possibilities are definitely probable in your timeline. However, to say I can create anything, well, I believe in that perspective. I believe in it. But the three-dimensional reality, or just the constructs of the soul journey in this body and the life you've chosen for yourself, will narrow down your choices to some extent. So if I said to you, I'm gonna win the 100-meter sprint at the Olympic Games, I'm gonna be the gold medalist. Let's just say it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I'm not a very fast sprinter. I injured my leg, and it's not a viable possibility. However, if I said I'm gonna be able to sprint, then sure, that's possible. So within the tapestry of reality, we do create our reality. However, there's certain boundaries on that. To say there's a very limited number of billionaires in the world. So sure, it may be possible if that's your ultimate goal to be a billionaire. However, it's only going to be certain people who have that karma, that sort of destiny to be able to fulfill that. So there are certain boundaries on what we can create. It's just the world we live in. So Kim, Kim, yes, we all have the power to make adjustments whenever we want. Life does not have to be a set schedule. Flexibility is a must for happiness and humanity. And beautiful words from Kim, which is a wonderful contribution. Thank you, Kim, because it really adds to what I'm saying, that we adjust our reality. However, to say, oh, now I'm going to be a woman, I'm never going to be a woman. It's I can be sort of I can be a trans woman, but I can't be an actual woman. I don't have the chromosome. I don't. So that's all I'm saying, that there are set limits. If I would say, oh, I want to have a baby, I want to give birth to a baby, that's not viable with the level of science we have. I'm not sure it would ever be viable, but perhaps it would be. Let's see. So we do have a certain construct. We do have a certain boundary on what we can have. So that's all I want to say about free will and destiny, in terms of there is a certain predestined pattern. There's a certain, I have certain abilities, I have certain qualities, I have a certain nature, I have a certain, just my height, for instance. A lot of things like basketball, you pretty much have to be tall to be a basketball player, be a good basketball player. But I can play basketball, I can participate. So we can participate in life. Sorry. Debbie, am I live? Am I in the show? I just, unfortunately, I clicked the browser. I got really excited with my hands. I did something to, it switched me out. So sorry about that, everyone. I was just left. So we're talking about destiny. We're talking about what our life is, what our life means, our soul contract. And I did make some notes. I was thinking of life as an orchestral piece, as a music piece, as a symphony, as our life is almost like we have a unique song. We have a song to message, to spread, to communicate with the world, to express to the world. We have a unique message, a unique song, a unique vibration. And that song can be changed with free will. Our symphony can be, we can add to the composition, we can subtract different elements. So I can change my color of my shirt, I can wear a hat, I can wear sunglasses, I can change my hairstyle, I can wear an earring, I can wear a three-piece suit. We can manufacture enormous differences, enormous changes with our song. We still have a certain song that we're here to message, to communicate, to express. We can add a chord into the song. We can add an instrumental. We can add drums. We can add a violin solo. We can add a cello, a harmony, a choir. There's all these elements that we can add to our song. And we still have that song. We still have our unique essence to express. And also our predestined life. So we came into this world with a predestined choice or decision of what our life would be like. So we have a certain plan, a life plan that's set out for us before we were conceived, before we came into the world. So, and that's kind of like, I don't know, like an architect's plan, like of a house, where before the house is built, you have the architect builds all these drawings and plans of what the layout will be like. And that's kind of like what we pre-plan. And when we actually, then the builder comes and builds and all these other things happen, and often the house turns out a little bit differently from what the architect had planned. And often there's a lot of changes. It was supposed to be 6 floors and then it's 5 floors. All sorts of things happen with converting the plan into reality, actually animating and existing in this world, in this 3D space that we're in now. But before we were born, we created a plan, we created a structure, we created a certain idea of what our life would be like. So who our parents would be, what our family would be like, where we would be born, what conditions we would grow up in. So the conditions of our existence were pre-planned. We said, all right, I want to live in America, I want to live in Africa, I want to live in India, I want these parents, I want these, they must be educated, or they must be simple salt of the earth people that are maybe farmers that are living on the land, and I must have that experience of being on the land. So we have these signposts, these guidelines that are set up. And then along the way, we're reminded that our life, particularly, for instance, when you meet someone and you have a job that just feels right, or you have precognitive feelings of this is just meant to be. I remember this, or this seems familiar. This person, I've known them before. I'm just okay. So and you probably feel that romantically sometimes, where you've met someone and there's been something's going on here. I keep seeing them everywhere I go. And then if you break up with someone, suddenly you never see them anyway. So the universe is orchestrating something. And I'm sure you've had that experience where for some reason, you keep bumping into the same person, for instance. It's all very interesting. How has it affected you? Feel free to write in the comments. And thank you for Kim for your contribution. Welcome, Mariam. Kim, always expect the unexpected. And Mary, hello from Detroit, Novi, Michigan, USA. Wow. I'm not quite sure where Novi is, but I know Detroit, so I think it's a suburb of Detroit. So welcome, Mary and Jude Dangles. Welcome to you. Great to have you back on the show. We're talking about free will and destiny, how it's affected your life, how your destiny has played out, and how you've added in dimensions of, I want to add a little orchestra into my song. I want to add a little drum beat into the background of my unique composition, my unique expression. And Marilyn, that's wonderful to have you back. So we have a few familiar faces here, which feels really beautiful and resonant. Perhaps this is part of your music. Coming on this show is part of your unique expression, your composition. Perhaps you're just adding an extra chord to your instrumental. So I've talked a bit about manifesting, how we can manifest pretty much anything to our song. We cannot manifest sort of like, it's got to be a musical piece that fits into our song. So we can manifest pretty much anything, but not absolutely anything. It has to sort of fit into a sort of 3-dimensional paradigm. It has to be sort of some sort of musical instrument. But we can create sound. We can create our own musical instruments to this tapestry of our unique song, our unique musical experience. And within our bubble, within our sphere of reality, we can influence, we can create. We have free will to create almost anything. But as I said before, say we want to be a billionaire, there's a very few number of billionaires. So reaching for that may not just magically mean, we're going to become a billionaire, unless that's set out for us as a possibility. So there are limitations on what we can create. However, pretty much the small things we can create anything in our experience. And Mary, I manifest a laundry basket to my one true love. It's so nice to be in the flow and at peace, and manifesting is nice. So that's really beautiful. I think you mean you manifest a laundry basket. So that's for your love that you found it or someone gave it to you. I'm not quite sure the details of that, but I love that attitude of manifesting and the peace and flow. How have you experienced precognition or feeling something's happened to you and just feeling, oh, I felt like this was going to happen before it happened, or it just felt like you felt it before it arose, and when it happened, it just seemed like I knew this person. It's like I know them already. They're meant to be part of my life, or they feel so familiar. It's like I've already met them before I met them. So I believe certain events are pre-programmed, predestined. Certain things that happen to us are meant to be. They are part of our destiny. And we may not like them, but those things were meant to happen. So it could be an illness, it could be meeting someone, a job. That is just meant to happen to you. And ultimately, there's so many possibilities, so many outcomes, so many scenarios. That's the infinite nature of our consciousness, of our destiny, where we have this ultimate freedom and yet also a sense of limitation. So that really sums up the 3D dimensional reality of being a human on Earth, in a human body, in this human realm, this 3-dimensional realm, where some outcomes can be changed, and comparing the difference between this reality and spirit, the ultimate divinity of the whole entire structure of the universe, of reality, of being way beyond the ultimate creation, being way beyond this, and yet we can communicate with that field of energy. And that field of energy or spirit is free flowing, is fluid, it is completely free, without the inhibition of this physical body. So we are in a physical body that is a container, it is a vessel for our soul, However, it's contained. It's not absolutely like we can fly to the moon with our just in an instant. But there is part of us that has that limitless consciousness, that has that connection to limitless consciousness, of being wherever you like immediately, of manifesting whatever you like immediately. There is an element of us that does have that. Call it a seed in our consciousness that has that connection to the divine, or the whatever you want to call it, spirit. We are work in progress, and some things require divine timing. We want something, it takes time for it to manifest. Patience is really important. And Mary, you said you manifested something as small as a laundry basket to bringing my one true love into my life. Okay, so you manifested a laundry basket, and okay, still a little bit confused about that. But I think what you're saying is you can manifest something as small as a laundry basket and as big as bringing your one true love into your life. So that's beautiful, Mary. And it sounds like it's a little bit of a decision that you made. So that's interesting, because there is an open-ended nature of life, and also a closed nature of life. And certain possibilities are open, some possibilities are closed to us. As I was talking about before, there is a container within the 3D reality, and then an uncontained, limitless version of the ultimate reality, the spirit type of awareness that is throughout all nature, throughout all existence, throughout all existences. Is it overstepping boundaries if you manifest for someone else, Marilyn? So it's all about permission, and it's all about validating something that they are wanting. If you can help them, then you're assisting them. If you manifest something that they don't want, then you're not. That's not appropriate. So it's just permission and asking them permission. For instance, can I pray for you is an example of what a lot of people do. However, depending on what you're praying for, I don't feel there's anything wrong in praying for someone else without their permission. It depends what you're praying for. Praying for their peace, praying for their health, for their well-being. May all beings be happy, we say in Buddhism. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings be healthy. So there's a lot of Buddhist prayers that one says on a general level for all beings. So it really depends on the context of what you're manifesting and what's appropriate or not. And when in doubt, you could just ask them directly. But if you have a good intention, then a good intention is the most important thing. So the other details are secondary, and they have their own abilities to manifest. So everyone has their own ability to manifest. And Mary manifested her one true love. So that's beautiful. It reminds me of those books where you choose your own adventure. I'm not sure. I loved them as a kid, of choosing my own ending, of having a book that was open-ended where I could influence the result and the experience of that book. And it was could be a constant adventure, never-ending soul adventure. And that's what our life is, a never-ending soul adventure. There's always something unexpected that's happening. It's always a work in progress, always changing. And there is a sense of divine timing. Many possibilities and an infinite number of possibilities. And it's kind of like painting a painting where you have a canvas that's your 3D limitation, and that canvas is open, and you can put anything you like on that canvas. That's kind of like our life, that we are contained in a human body. This body has certain requirements. This body has certain attributes. You may be tall, short, long hair, short hair. Well, you can cut your hair, you can change that, but certain parameters on your experience. Like the canvas has a framing, it has a length, it has a breadth, a width, it has a structure. So we also have a structure. We have arms, hands. We have different parts of that affect our experience, because we're within this human body that's experiencing life, experiencing reality. Marilyn, option A, go to page, or option B, go to page X. Or you remember those books? So that's kind of like, in a sense, like the life we're living, that we choose our own adventure. Should I go left? Should I go right? If you go left, you're going to meet these people. If you go right, you'll meet those people. Lisa Arlen, welcome to the show. Where are you from? Where are you coming to us from? So we have this ability to create possibilities for ourselves, to choose our own reality. However, we are within a human body. So there's an element that is limitless, but an element that's also contained within this three-dimensional realm. And it's wonderful to think of life as a blank canvas. What will you put on your canvas? What will you express? Many colors you can express, so many Maybe you want to paint some clouds today. Maybe tomorrow you want to paint the sun. You want the sun shining. Perhaps you want children on your canvas. Perhaps you want trees, or you want them all. What's on the trees? Do you want apple trees, orange trees? Do you want palm trees? We have so many possibilities in every moment. What do we focus on? Do we focus on looking outside? Do we focus on looking forward? Do we focus on looking within? Do we feel our hearts? Do we go into our hearts, ask our heart what it feels, what it's experiencing, or do we come from mental consciousness? And Lisa, I wish to share you some rain. I know there's a lot of fires in Canada and it's very dry, and the next few decades, it's going to be a lot of challenges with water, with dry, a lot of drought. And so we always need to share our water and build resources to store water, to keep our water. And that's really important that we harness that ability and honor water. And California is going to be really dry for a few decades, so we really need to look after people in California and cherish your water. Learn ways to store your water. That's really important. All right, so let's have a quick meditation. Let's manifest something from the internal. Closing your eyes. Taking a deep breath into your abdomen, into your belly area. Hands in your lap, or perhaps you wish to place your hands over your belly. Taking a moment to deepen your sense and connection to your breath. And imagine that our life is a beautiful, serene lake. That we are surrounded by this still place. It's the most clear lake you can imagine. You can see your reflection, almost like looking in a mirror. You can see into the distance. It seems to be endless. The water is blue, transparent, clear, and completely still. Perfect tranquility. The evocative sunshine caresses your skin. As you take in the ambience of peacefulness, of serenity, calm, feeling this in your soul, being nurtured, a feeling of perfect calm. And as you breathe, opening up your awareness into the possibilities of life, of your life. If everything vanished for a moment and all you could experience was this lake, nothing else in your life except for this open spaciousness, this endless and limitless blue lake with this water, that healing water that sits so still, so peaceful. Allow this to be your consciousness, open, vast, aware. Filled with love, knowingness. peace. And just keep breathing that in. Breathe that into your reality. And as we experience this tranquility, considering something you would like in your life, something you would like to experience in your world, perhaps a new emotion, a new relationship, a new job opportunity, perhaps a new pet, a new way of being, whatever you would like to experience. Drop that into your vision of the lake. So drop that into your consciousness, into your mind. This thing that you want meets the stillness of your open consciousness. So simply drop that into your awareness, and for a moment now, becoming part of that experience, allowing it to become part of you. So if you imagine, for instance, getting a new pet, getting a new puppy, for instance, imagine that puppy is in your arms now, and you can feel its warmth, you can feel its heartbeat, you can feel its joy at meeting you, at being with you. You can feel your own joy arising within you of sharing this moment with this puppy in your arms. You can even feel its tenderness, its vulnerability. Or whatever the experience is that you would like to manifest, imagining it's part of your world, part of your consciousness. Welcome it in. And enjoy being within this new experience. Breathe it in and allow it to be effortless, to be natural, to be part of your experience. It's a part of you and you are a part of it. And being grateful, being thankful for this possibility. Feeling the gratitude, feeling the thankfulness. Feeling the joy. And just breathing in now, starting to come back to wakeful awareness, stretching out your body perhaps. In your own time, you may gently open your eyes, just taking time to integrate, to come back fully into the present moment. Thank you everyone for participating and for being here and sharing your energy. Lisa, card please. So let's pick a card for Lisa. I think Sago was also asking for a card. And just remember that you are creating as well. Always remember you are creating, like we talked about before. So when you ask questions that are sort of outside of yourself, it's kind of like you taking away your power, your free will power. If the possibility arises for you, feel into it. How does this feel in my body? What does it feel to go to visit a friend? What does it feel to go on a trip? Feel into your body and trust the process. You have the choice. The cards will only tell you so much. It's also up to you. So Lisa Arlen, I don't know what number 2 is, so I'm not quite sure what that means. Number 2. All right. So let's just have a look, Lisa Arlen. So it feels a bit fragmented, Lisa. Like you're pushing and pushing, but it feels like you're pushing uphill. So I would advocate going with the flow here and letting go more. So instead of pushing, let go and trust, because it feels that it's a broken-hearted card. So it feels like there's been it just feels that things have really got disappointed in your life, and this card it's showing me a certain kind of sadness, emptiness. So it's a kind of a grief in a way. It's a little bit hurt. I feel like it's pain from it's painful, and so really deep healing is called for now. Vent your feelings, release this situation, release even things from the past are coming up for you, and it's important you reclaim your power and come back to peace of mind. Really let go. So I feel like writing things down and burning them would be really helpful. It needs to be quite a physical process. You need to get into the emotion and burn it. Spending time in a sauna would also help you. And if you could do the ice bathing, that would also help. The combination. There's a lot of calling for divine love, divine healing, and compassion for yourself through this difficult time, and making self-care priority. So remember the love that your mom had for you and the love that she wanted you to experience, and really honor your grief, your process. Really honor it. Be patient with yourself. Have compassion for yourself, and remember that love is going to heal you. So keep coming back to love, and keep releasing. I do see brighter times for you in the future, new beginnings. So just honor this process now that you need to culminate, almost like culminate this emotion and release it before you can give birth to something new. But be really gentle with yourself, Lisa. And Marilyn, so thank you, Lisa, and lots of love to you. Take care of yourself, Lisa. And Marilyn, may I have a card, please? All right, so just clearing the energy. Let's just clear the energy, Marilyn. And Marilyn, I think you're in Canada, if I remember correctly. Was it near Calgary or somewhere in British Columbia? Okay, Marilyn. Okay. There's lots of formations happening around you, Marilyn. It's almost like you're overthinking everything and it's a little bit caught up. Try to come back to really essential things, clear away all of this overthinking. It's almost like you looking at other people and looking around too much at other people, and come back to yourself. Don't spend too much time spreading your energy around. It's almost like there's a lack or dissatisfaction within you. So remember to come from a full place, to fill yourself up. And you're in New Brunswick in the Atlantic Ocean. Beautiful. So fill yourself up. Remember your value. Remember your worth, that you are a beautiful woman that can be happy and fulfilled, and fill yourself up. Come from a full cup. So thank the universe for bringing you things. So be in a state of gratitude. Shift your perspective, and this card is saying when you shift your perspective, everything is going to shift for you. So thank you, Marilyn. Thank you so much. Heather Johnson, can I have a card, please? Just clearing the energy. I love your glasses. That's really cool. So Heather Johnson. So Heather, I feel like you're strong-willed. You have a real strength about your energy, which is awesome. It's really precise, and you can be very dedicated to your goals. So I'm feeling really good about that, Heather. Things are moving forward for you. You feels like you're quite driven. You're quite a high achiever, and the value is coming to you. There's definite value, abundance, financial value coming to you. So it's almost like this card has a gold coin, a woman with a gold coin. So she's holding this value. So it's saying that you are that woman, that you have this ability and it's coming to you. It could also be a female business partner that's helping you with your goals. But value is coming to you. It is a really positive card, Heather. It's happening. There's some relationship issues happening in your life. I would say there's a fragment of vulnerability in your energy that's a little anxious. So there's also, it's kind of like you from the outside you look confident and self-assured, and you're able to create. You're very externally powerful. However, within there's this childhood anxiety that's from it. Something like you're not feeling worthy within. So your external circumstances are looking really good, looking really worldly, very, very worldly, but on the inside it's a little fragile. So that's what these cards are telling me. It's giving you some discomfort. So look within with this. Instead of brooding, look within and heal your heart from within. So let go of fear and worry, and just assume the best and live in peace. And so really focus on developing a peaceful practice, that all is well, because I feel like you have it all, Heather. You have all the ability and capacity in a worldly sense. So really value your heart and your internal being. All right, so Sago, may I have a card? Let's have a look at Sago. All right. Let's have a look at Sago. A lot of thinking going on, Sago, like overthinking. Just remember, life is an adventure. So, and remember what I said about your own song, your own unique song, that you are here to play that music, play your own song, play your own music, and no one can take that away from you, Sago. So remember that life is not happening to you. You are creating your own life, your own view, you're writing your own music, you're singing your own song, creating your own song. Okay, so it's feeling that there are happy possibilities opening up for you. It feels like you're looking at all the things you want in life, and this is saying there are future possibilities are really good. It just requires you to step into and develop. This card is also asking you to develop your spiritual side, your spiritual connection. It's saying to enhance that, activate that, and have that as part of your expression, your connection to the divine spiritually, and that will help you with your intuition and your guidance, and help that to come from a higher awareness, so you can quieten your mind and listen to the guidance that comes through. I think that's going to be the most powerful transformation for you, Sagil, so that you can become a vessel to receive guidance and open yourself up, because I'm sensing a lot of fear around you, and the fear is blocking this flow. And once you're open to this incredible peace and the power of spirit, your life will never be the same. So this will activate something completely different, or a new sense of direction, power, purpose, and passion coming forward. So that's exciting, Sago. And Marilyn, thank you. I'm taking me time in August. That's really important. Heather Johnson, thank you so much. You don't answer question, just a card. Yeah, so that was the answer, Sago. It's saying that really going within is the answer. You keep looking externally for some answer, but saying you connect to the divine and the answers will come. But there was a bright outcome, so it did actually feel good to make that trip. It felt positive. That was a good omen in the card. And there's even a happy family. It's a happy family for you, so it's a happy time. There is a closeness, fun, and caring, some kind of celebration. So it could be fun, and it could really signify a celebration coming. So that's really good, and that's a happy card for you. So thank you everyone for being here, to coming in and discussing destiny, creating destiny, and see you all next week. And it was great to have everyone. I'm just getting a call. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. And I really enjoyed it. To create new possibilities. Your life is an open canvas. You can put colors. You have a unique song to sing. You have unique music within you. Everyone has this wonderful possibility. And Kim, that's beautiful. Sago, I did answer that question. It is up to you. The cards are not going to do it for you. They're not going to do your life for you. You have to take responsibility, and I did answer that. There was a positive card about moving forward with that. Kim, thank you so much for your contribution and for the topic today, destiny and free will. It was really helpful and fantastic to think of life as an adventure and a never-ending soul adventure. So Sagal, think of life as an adventure and a never-ending soul adventure, and that will help to free you up. That will free you up to manifest and to attract what you like and what you want, and to have the clarity to make the precision steps and what's needed to bring in your life. So good luck to everyone. Lots of love to everyone, and have a beautiful week ahead.